Yo, what's poppin' everyone? Welcome to a brand new video. Today, I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to win Hive Bed Wars more and just overall get better. Now, this video is intended for people who are either brand new at the game or just aren't very good at it. So if you're already good at the game, there's probably not too much more I can teach you from this. But I will try and include bits and pieces that even good players might not know. If this video does end up helping you out, please consider subscribing and yeah, let's just get into it. No matter what mode or map you're playing, the first thing you want to do every single time is take out your first rush. Now, on the majority of maps, there's this diamond generator in between you that you can bridge down to and then turn to go and rush them. But on some of the maps, the diamond generator is in between you and your first rush, so you just have to go straight across. Figuring out your first rush on Hive isn't very difficult at all, and I'm sure you'll all have that in the bag. Just be aware there are different kinds of rushes. Now, for this example game, we are on the map Facility, so we know we have to go to our diamond generator, turn, and then go that way to take out our first rush. Once we're in the game, you want to sit on your generator in here, that guy just walked off, very fun, and wait for the first 5 iron. With your first 5 iron, you always want to buy some wool first. You use this wool to rush over to your diamond gen that's right in front of you. You use your 1 diamond from it to upgrade your gen, and then you buy 16 more wool using the 5 iron left on your thing. Now, normally, your first rush doesn't rage quit like this, so you would just kind of go in to take them out like this. I like to go upwards, so that way they can't run across and get you, but you can still jump over. You would then break the bed, go kill them, and, you know, they can't really run away if they can't make that jump. After taking out your first rush, you head back on over to your base. I like to wait until I have 4 diamonds from this thing before I fully go back, because 4 diamonds is what you need for the pickaxe. And just like that, boom, iron pickaxe. Now, from here, the way you play, it differs from person to person. So what myself and a lot of other really good players like to do is, they like to buy the chain armor for 20 iron, and then they buy 32 planks for gold. Now, the reason why you go for planks if you want to have a rush heavy strat instead of wool is because iron and gold generate at the exact same rate as you can see here. But since it costs 5 iron for 16 wool, or 5 gold for 32 planks, that means buying wood is more efficient than buying wool. A lot of people are always really confused by why I go for wood instead of wool, and that's why. It's just more efficient. Now, something a lot of less skilled players like to do is they'll wait for the 28 gold to buy iron armor, which is what I'm going to use for this example vid, since it is significantly easier to win using the iron armor strat over the chain armor strat. And then despite it being inefficient to buy wool, that's just kind of all you have, so you buy it. Now that we have some blocks, we have a pickaxe, let's buy a sword, we have armor. Now, again, a lot of better players will usually side rush as that gets the game done quicker. We're gonna go through the middle. By far the best way to win more if you're not as good is to play through the middle, because this is where all of the good gear lies. Now, typically, if other people are going the middle, you kind of want them dead, so you go for them. Out of here, buddy. Oh, and we combo him. Never mind. We couldn't combo him. He just kind of walked off on his own. You can now go around, collect the emeralds. The emerald spots, it's confusing on some maps. Like, I know on this map, it's really weird to get to the other set. Because, yeah, they're way on this side underground, a second staircase, so far out of the way. Most maps, it's usually a lot more straightforward where the emeralds are. But on here, it can be a little complicated. I don't blame you for not knowing. We have another one inside the building here, and then another building all the way across there. We have to fight this guy first. Give me a moment. Just knowing how to PvP, also a good way to win more, just simply being better. What I did there was I stopped his sprint using a block, and if you stop someone's sprint, you can combo them. Tip of the day from Avery Doors. So now that we have collected those emeralds, let's head back to our base and make a few crucial purchases. Now, over on the team upgrade thing, just get regeneration. Everything else is kind of bad. I guess you can go for luck of the draw, but I'd rather save the diamonds. Go for regen. It is so good. You then buy a diamond sword because it can eat through iron armor so quickly. Like, the diamond sword genuinely super underrated. It is so powerful. And then you want to get a bunch of pearls. You could get Dory. Dory's good if you're bad at PvP and someone outgears you, but otherwise, I would just go for pearls. Now, I'm going to waste a pearl real quick here to show you guys something, but usually when you pearl, the downside is it does a couple hearts of damage, but because of our regen upgrade, that health is pretty much instantly back, so we can pearl around and chase people all we want, and look at how fast we heal deal. It's actually busted. Bows on Bed Wars work differently from other Hive game modes. They're actually significantly stronger on here. So, oops, I accidentally bought 2. So, I'd recommend going for bows. I bought 3. What is wrong with me? Let's get some more blocks, and let's go take out someone. Preferably the orange guy, since, again, that guy's going middle, and we want to be the only ones having good gear. Orange having good gear does not sound like fun. Now, for a lot of you watching this, you might have noticed I did not make a bed defense, and that's because on solos, if you're not at your base defending your bed, it really doesn't matter. You can break it so easily. Like, imagine if this guy was out rushing, he would just not be able to defend his bed at all. So I personally think on the solo modes, the bed defense just does not matter. I know that's a very hot take. A lot of people like to contest that take all the time with me, but, you know, it's what I truly believe. Also, we can get diamond armor in just 2 more diamonds, so I think we're gonna sit here and save up for them. That sounds like a good plan. Diamond armor is actually so busted because no matter how oh, that guy looks like he went for my bed and just didn't quite break it. No idea what's going on there. Diamond armor is really busted because every bit of damage only does half a heart to you, except for fall damage and pearl damage. Now, like we've already established, because of the regen upgrade, fall damage or pearl damage doesn't really matter. We regen it instantly, and then diamond armor makes it so hits and stuff will do barely any damage to us. It's pretty great. Now, I do want to clarify the way I'm playing this game. I am taking it so incredibly slowly just to, like, fully explain things and talk about them better. Normally, the way I play would be very different from this. You wouldn't see people getting this stacked on gear because they would probably be dead by now. So I will be doing a second game after this, going at full speed, and hopefully with the knowledge you guys have gained from watching this, you guys will, like, be able to understand what I'm saying while playing at full speed. You can use projectiles to also start combos like that. It just launches them in the air. Let's let this guy get out of it so I can show you guys better. Please don't, like, try and run away. Bruh, he's trying to run away. Alright, we just gotta kill him then. Oh, no, right here. So, if you use projectile... Dang it, come on, man. Can you not? We just gotta kill him. That sucks. Basically, you want to use a projectile to hit them into the air, and since they're up, you know, you can have an easier time hitting them than they will of you. It's a pretty good strat. That's why I like to go for the bow. It makes it super easy to win fights where you're kind of out here. This guy doesn't have a bed. Looks like he lost to his first rush. Unfortunate. He should have watched the Avery Doors Bed Wars tutorial. Can we just hit some shots? Being able to aim the bow is usually pretty helpful. And there we go. Let's move on to round 2, where I can go into a little more detail and help you guys out a bit more. Here we are on round 2. I decided to go with the map Sprout for this one, so I could show you guys what Russian sideways looks like. It's still pretty much the same thing. Like, look at that, the diamond gen. It's straight ahead of you, then you can go for your side rush, but it's even though it's a small difference, I still wanted to just show it off a bit. The start's the exact same. Just get blocks from your start and shop guy with your first bit of 5 iron. Now, this map, it can be a little tricky to get back to your island, so I decided to start the strategy where I literally just jump up this thing to get back easier. Also, we're going to be playing it a little bit differently. Instead of immediately taking out a rush, we're going to get a stone sword just for a bit of extra safety against them. Because for people who are not as good at the game, you might struggle trying to get them here. Also, something I forgot to mention, swords break blocks faster on Bedrock Edition. I'll give you guys a better example in just a moment here. If I buy a piece of wool, alright, and I break it with my fist, that's pretty slow. It is not fast at all. But if I use a sword, look at how fast that is. It is so much faster. So moral of the story, use your sword to break blocks significantly better. Also, looks like this is going to be another slow round because I was yapping a lot, but that's okay because, again, different strategy I'm going to show off for you guys here. For this one, we're going to be buying an iron pickaxe, chain armor, and then again, wood for blocks. And we're going to go side rush our neighbor over here. This requires a bit more skill if you want to pull this strategy off, but if you want to win faster, it is a good way. It's a good strategy to learn. If you go with the other strategy I showed you at the start of the video, you will probably win like 90% of your games, but if you go for this strategy, you will most definitely get significantly better at the game. First of all, like, your skills will develop better, and you'll win faster. So it is definitely better to try out this strategy right here in the long term. Also, we need this guy out. He's a very good runner. He should try out for the Olympics. Oh my god. Now at this point, even though planks are better for Russian, I like to save on my gold because iron armor is pretty much needed in the end game. I've gone a few rounds where I just don't end up getting iron armor, and it makes it significantly harder to win when the other teams are stacked. So save up on your gold to get iron armor and just use your iron to buy wool. You're more than likely gonna have more iron than you actually need. Also, since our bed is broken now, we're gonna change up our strategy here a bit more. Instead of playing super rush heavy, we're gonna play it a lot more safe and go for emeralds. So pretty much what we did last round, it's just it ensures us victory. Looks like the guy who rushed our bed also went for emeralds, which kind of sucks. That means they're gonna be absolutely stacked. They're leaving our base, which is nice. Grab these. We kind of gotta be fast here because that guy is stacked and he's going for people. He's kind of a sweaty nerd, and I want to quickly catch up in gear. So with the 9 emeralds I have, we're not very rich. We don't have an influx, but I'm gonna buy regen. I'm gonna buy a sword, and I'll just save the other one. Now, at this point, we have exactly 28 gold. Very nice. We can buy some armor. Let's buy some blocks. Let's buy a bow. An influx of blocks is always a good idea. There's nothing wrong with having too many. It's just, it helps in tricky situations to have a lot. I'm gonna save up for 8 gold just so I have 4 arrows. 4 arrows is significantly better than no arrows. There we go. There we have it. Now we can go in for the final guy, break his bed, and win Bed Wars. There he is. Look at him. Just like I said, he is kind of stacked. Our stuff is better though because of our sword and our bow. Let's destroy him. I mean, he could have a bow, but now, is this guy a mobile or a controller player? How did you take out the sweat? What? Also, I was using the wood there to bridge a bit. Don't do that. Save your wood in case you need to do a block in. I know block it in can be difficult for a lot of newer or bad players, but even if you have to do it slowly, like, you know, ooh, I'm not good. I'm blocking in this slowly because of how bad I am. Oh no, you know, it's still better to be able to do that just in case. But here, as you can see, out of here, man. We're just gonna go for a quick block in just so we can get his bed. Again, we're gonna use our sword to break the wood. As it is faster, you get out of here, man. Let me break that. And as you can see, we got his bed without interruptions. We're only gonna have to kill him once here now. And we get the advantage with hitting him. We're always gonna get first hits because he still had to break a block. Now, duos and squads are a little bit different than solos. This was mostly a solo video, as that's my favorite mode to play. And it's probably the hardest one to play, as, you know, you're by yourself. You don't have teammates. But I will touch on these just a little bit. Having a bed defense on the team modes, I find is definitely a lot more important, as you'll always have someone there pretty much defending it for you. And also, if you have a bed defense and both you and your teammate or teammates are at your bed defense, it is really hard for one sweaty guy to rush in and break it. Like, breaking beds is so much harder on Bed Wars than it ever was on Treasure Wars. So having a bed defense on a team mode is definitely worth it. I would go for even just a simple wood deep slate defense would be really beneficial. Otherwise, just play it like how I showed you there. On these modes, if you're struggling, you're not very good, you are probably better off playing the mid strat, getting all those emeralds and stuff. I really advise you to practice your side rushing on solo and just ignore these 2 modes entirely if you want to get better. Anyways, that'll be it. Leave a like, subscribe, let me know if I missed anything. I'm a little stupid, I do that sometimes. I tried my best though, and yeah, click this end screen. I've had it here for a bit now. Click it. Goodbye, guys.